Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 6 of the RadeKalls podcast. Today we're going to be discussing our favorite and least favorite mediocre, crappy restaurants that populate America.
Thanks for stopping by. I'm Phillip Kall, host of the RadeKalls podcast. I'm joined by my good friends, Noah Rademacher.
Hey there.
And Jake Burns.
What's up?
We got a great show for you today. So since we're all on lockdown, my mouth has been watering to go to my favorite restaurants. But since those are small and local and you probably haven't heard of them, we're going to be covering big chain restaurants today. But that does not include fast food. We'll save that for another episode.
Yeah, I have some chicken thawing in the fridge, and I'm gonna eventually have to cook that myself. And I'm not very good at cooking. Yeah, so
I've eaten rice and fish for the last 4 days, so
your house has to smell terrible.
I mean, it's catfish and tilapia.
It knows what to expect.
I have lots of candles, many scented candles. It makes me feel sophisticated.
Fish scented candles, delicious.
All right, so before we get started, please hit the like and subscribe buttons on whatever tool you use to listen to podcasts. Leave a comment if you can, or any kind of feedback is appreciated. You can follow us on Twitter. The show is at RadeKalls. I am at RadeKall_Phil, and Jake is at BurnseyJ82. Finally, you can keep the lights on for the show by contributing to us through Patreon. All of our funds are going to updating Jake's 1,000-year-old laptop so we can have much better quality for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the very first thing I have to talk about is the quality expectation versus the reality when you go out to eat at one of these chain restaurants. So me, every time I end up going to something, it's probably like a Fridays or an Applebees, where I just saw a bunch of great advertisements and they made like this burger look super delicious. And then I get there and it's like kind of eating something from your old cafeteria. And it just breaks my heart that I had to spend $10 on that instead of going to McDonald's. You guys
I think you just insulted cafeteria food.
Yeah.
My mom was a lunch lady.
Did she cook the food?
She brought food home.
Yeah.
They actually kicked her out of the kitchen.
She was a cashier.
I knew it. Anyways.
So,
Noah, what do you think? The expectations versus reality battle for chain restaurants.
All right, so I don't normally eat out at like sit-down restaurants. If anything, I'll like if I'm paying for it, I'm usually just getting it to go, so I don't have to leave a tip.
Way to give like a completely respectable answer there.
But when I travel for work, so I get to eat out a lot, and I don't have to pay for it, so it's super great. So even if the food is not as great as I hoped it to be, I can't be too upset because it's like I didn't really have to pay for it, so it's free food is just that much more delicious to me. So even if the food comes out bad, it's whatever.
My high school social studies teacher used to say his favorite kind of pizza is free pizza. So that's the only lesson I remember from sophomore year social studies. Jake, how about you? Do you have the expectations versus reality disappointment?
I typically don't go to chain restaurants, so I usually go based off if they have a like game day special or for like some food or some drinks of some sort. So no, I don't have high standards.
Yeah, kind of like how we only went to Old Bag during happy hour.
The sad thing is they actually had some good food. It just wasn't a good price.
That's how they get you. They always want your money. So let's see. Does the food type affect which chain restaurant you would be going to? For me, if I'm going out, one, Chinese food is probably the food I'm going towards. All it is deep fried and covered in some kind of oil and then fried hard. Like, you can't screw it up.
It's really good.
And then if I'm trying to dodge something, it is definitely Italian food. So I grew up with homemade pasta sauce all the time. And when you go out to like Olive Garden or Carabaos or any place and they give you like a bowl of pasta, it's just disgusting what they put on there. So I just can't eat at Italian chain restaurants.
So speaking about pasta some more, like I just look at the plate and I'm like, okay, so this is noodles and then sauce, yet I'm paying the same price as, you know, I would be if I got like a steak. And it's like, I feel like I don't want to spend this much money on just some noodles, because I've been to the store, you can get like this pasta for like less than $1. So why are you charging me $10 more for it, huh?
Because that's how you make money in America. Jake, how about you?
I mean, I'm a garbage monster, so I'll just pretty much eat whatever's put in front of my face.
Okay.
So, doesn't matter.
All right, so let's cover something like Chipotle. A lot of restaurants like these have been popping up recently where they kind of have the feel of something that is not fast food, but it's like it's like carry out, right? But you can't. It doesn't have a drive-through, so I just don't call it fast food. I would just classify it as fast food and put it as like, if I'm going to Chipotle, it'd be considered with, am I going to Wendy's or Chipotle? Do you guys get that same kind of thought?
Yeah, I think Panera does the same thing. I mean, it's just kind of higher class quick food.
Yeah. The only issue with Panera, though, is you said you don't like to pay, and if you go, they actually require to take one of your toes before you leave because of how expensive it is.
It's so good, though.
They got this cool coffee program, though, where you can like get unlimited coffee for like $8 a month.
That is actually a steal. Holy crap.
What?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
So
Huh.
they do have that going for them.
But to be fair, if I was part of that, I would definitely spend more money at Panera on other things, and then...
I think that's the hope. It's like a
Yeah.
scam.
Dude, their bagels are like $1.50 for one.
Yeah,
and
you're
it doesn't
killing you're
even fill you
killing
up.
me. Especially if I go there 3 times a day for free coffee, you know?
Yeah,
I need
I got
another
Tom's
bagel.
right-
$5 but I get 3 bagels.
I haven't invested in it because I got a Timmy's right around the corner, and Timmy's is gonna trump Panera any day.
Timmy Ho!
Timmy Hose.
Let's
Noah,
see.
do you Texans know about Timmy's?
Nope.
Okay, moving on.
You were in Columbus. You should know. There was 3 around us at Otterbein.
Yeah, they're great.
Yep.
So are there certain foods from chain restaurants you would prefer to eat or, avoid? So for me, I know I prefer appetizers and, like I said, things that are deep fried, because those you cannot screw up. You get it really hot, it's already pre-cooked, and then you throw it in some kind of sauce. So
I
yeah.
usually go for the weird gimmick burger that most places have going. They all have like a Mexican burger, or a pizza burger, or like a
Oh, that's
like
what you meant by
those
gimmick
kind of
burger.
things. Like the weird, trashy, like geared towards like I don't care about my health kind of people.
the dumpster burger, as some might say, where it's like, hey, the dad comes in and he wants to show off in front of his kids that he'll eat complete garbage, so he orders that.
Well, like I'm always down for like a good barbecue bacon cheeseburger, and everyone has their own spin on that. And like
Okay.
I mean,
As
Rock
I
and
said
roll.
before, I try to stay away from beef when I go out unless it's for steak, but I just don't trust what they refer to as beef when they give
do
it
you
to
have
me.
a weak stomach, Phil?
I do not have a weak stomach. It's my butthole that cannot handle it.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
You guys are weak. Bring on the burn.
It's not the burn, it's the excessive pain that's left over.
Oh no! If you drink as much coffee as I do in a day, like it just
Greases the pipes.
yeah.
Get some Taco Bell, they'll just slide right through.
The funny thing is Taco Bell has like no fiber in it, and yet it just causes you to take a dump.
I'm pretty sure it's just recycled old dumps, and that's why it helps. But we'll cover fast food another day. So how about, how do you guys feel about buffet-style restaurants? They don't fit the mold here, in my opinion, because it's not like a sit-down, order your food kind of thing.
Okay, you got two different styles here, though. You got the Chinese buffet, which is its own entity, then you have the American buffet.
What?
Every Chinese restaurant is its own entity. I've never been to two that have the same exact name.
Do you know what I mean, though? Like, it's its own, like...
Yeah. The Chinese food, like, buffet is the place where I go, and I feel the most safe eating something, which is really sad because it's a Chinese food buffet. But, like, I know it's going to be as close to Chinese food as, like, typical can be. Now, if I go to, like, a Golden Corral or RIP Ponderosa, you're taking 10 steps down the ladder, man.
Yeah.
You know why you're there, to eat as much as you can. You're poor, you're in college or something. And you know in a couple days you're going to regret it, but...
Someone got shot in the Golden Corral parking lot by my house.
RIP.
To the person that got shot, or Golden Corral?
Yes.
No, so you know the Chinese buffet that was by us at school over there off of Schrock? That place got some health code violations for rat droppings, and I've eaten there numerous times before I knew that.
I mean, as long as the rat droppings weren't like in the food.
That was the chicken sashimi special.
The pizza under the heat lamp that no one's touched because it's a Chinese restaurant.
At least they're not
like
serving rat, you know.
You don't know that.
They put the pizza there out of obligation for, like, you know, the 4 and 5-year-old kids that go by and they're like, I don't want to eat this, and the parents give it to them. Kids aren't going to eat that crap, though. They're smarter than to eat Chinese food pizza.
It's just a cheese pizza. I don't think it's Chinese food pizza.
It's Chinese food pizza.
Jake, look at it. There's a difference. Noah, you haven't given us your opinion on buffet-style restaurants relative to
Yeah,
chain.
I don't go to buffets.
You don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't have money.
If you donate through Patreon, you will help Noah eat once a week.
No, the government takes all that for student loans.
Oh no, mine are private, so still paying interest. Woo.
Woo, yay.
Woo, that was a close one, guys.
You guys got any extra thoughts on chain restaurants before we hop into our bracket discussion?
Did we ever talk about what we're considering to be a restaurant? Like, so our classification of a chain restaurant is something that no drive-through, sit down, order from a menu, a server comes by, you pay them and all that stuff, opposed to ordering at a counter and walking out. Correct?
Yes, and I think we said Chipotle is the lower end, or no, is the cutoff. So if you have something like Chipotle, we're throwing that out. That doesn't count. Everything else is most likely what we would consider a sit-down chain restaurant.
Would you take a girl on a first date to Chipotle?
Yeah.
Is that all we're doing?
I mean, if you're taking her to Chipotle, probably.
How old
Go for
were
a
we?
walk in the park.
After Chipotle, hell no. She's gonna be like, okay, well this was bye.
I don't think I would take a girl to any kind of chain restaurant for first date. I'm classy like that. Definitely
Question about
second and beyond, though.
Question about Chipotle. Have you ever ordered a drink from Chipotle, like alcoholic? Because they sell margaritas and stuff there.
Oh,
and beer.
I always wanted to get the Patron margarita and look like, you know, the rich guy at Chipotle. And then I realized I'm not the rich guy at Chipotle.
And
They
no
serve
one,
it to you in a plastic cup.
yeah, no one can tell that. They're like, oh, look at that guy, he's rich. You know, they're like,
Well, you take a piece of masking tape, you put it on the cup, and you write Patron on it. And then they're like, oh, look at this guy sipping Patron at Chipotle.
you could get a little cuppy and fill it with water and do that.
All right. You got me there.
All right, moving on.
All right, so let's just get to the bracket. Very obvious for this one. We're going to be picking our favorite chain restaurant out of the ones I put together. This came through some kind of just Googling and seeing what was the highest rated according to random websites. So starting off, we're going to have Red Robin versus Buffalo Wild Wings. To me, I think I pick Red Robin here, and it's because they have bottomless root beer floats and bottomless French fries. And I'm a child, and I would love both of those things.
All right, I will choose BW3s. Or Buffalo Wild Wings. Went there a lot growing up because there's one by my house. Even now, we go there a lot after hockey because mediocre wings and halfway decent drink prices. So they'll serve you when it's 11 o'clock at night sometimes. Or else, yeah. So I like the wings. The burgers there are okay too. But they sell tall giraffes of beer, which gets my vote.
All right, I got 2 questions before we continue.
Yep.
1, is BW3's like chicken wings though worth the price? Like their drinks may not be too expensive, but their wings they attack your butthole just not the way typical food does.
What wings are you eating?
No, this is no BW3's. They're the ones attacking my butthole because of the prices.
So the price is attacking your butt.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what
I
he's saying.
think Noah understands what I'm trying to get at.
Uh-huh.
I believe it's called they're raping me on those prices.
I only go on their special night, and even then, I don't know. I don't care. I want wings.
Okay, that's fair. I guess for you, it's 11 o'clock, and that's probably one of the few places open. Oh, and the other question is, do we know what BW3 stands for? I've always heard to it as Buffalo Wild Wings and BW3s going hand in hand, but I don't know what the third W is. All right.
Witches.
Sounds about correct. No one knows. There'll always be shrouded in mystery.
Witches.
We'll just pass this over to Noah now, though, and you can be the tiebreaker at Red Robin versus Buffalo Wild Wings.
So I've never been to Red Robin.
Yes, you have. You've just never actually eaten there. Freshman year, we went there.
Wait, did I eat there?
No, so I don't. You probably don't remember this.
That doesn't count.
It was a 2-hour wait for Jordy's birthday. So me, you, and Chad ran across the street to McDonald's. Then we ran back, and we were eating other people's French fries because they were bottomless.
Okay, I remember that. Let's see here.
So I think that does support the claim, though, that you haven't been there before because, yeah.
So 2-hour wait. Yeah, I mean...
Dude, it was on Polaris. Everything had a 2-hour wait at that time.
Let's see. So bottomless French fries in comparison to... I'm going to go with Buffalo Wild Wings. I like Buffalo Wild Wings. So
all right, so what kind of wings are you guys ordering from Buffalo Wild Wings, though?
I like the Asian zing.
Zing! Sorry.
just get the classic buffalo. That's as spicy as I can handle.
I'm a big fan of the spicy garlic and the honey barbecue. If you mix those sauces together, then you get spicy honey barbecue garlic.
That sounds
Wow.
awful, but spicy garlic sounds good. Teriyaki ain't bad either.
Really good math there, Phil.
No, actually, I in high school, I knew guys that worked there. So at the time, it was great because all you had to do was tell them, I want my wings Phil's style when they were working, and they would like triple my order, and I would get like 30 wings for the price of 10. It was awesome. I did pay him with a Frosty too, so I'm not that shady. Now we got Waffle House versus Cracker Barrel. I think these got thrown on here as our breakfast options. I was resilient, but Jake cried until they came up. So I'm going
Cried like
with
a
Waffle
bitch.
House. I'm going with Waffle House, though. I think Cracker Barrel really isn't good, and Waffle House, I've eaten there before. So that's how I rank them.
So I haven't been to Waffle House. I haven't been to Cracker Barrel.
Crackle Barrel?
It says Cracker Battle.
Cracker Battle!
Yeah, so
worry.
It's the battle of the
I
whitest.
haven't been to either of
Whoever
these
put
places.
this together definitely knew what he was doing and was paying attention.
But I do, I like breakfast in general. So which place has better
Cracker
eggs?
Barrel's more of like a typical breakfast big, like a Bob Evans kind of Southern hearty meal. Waffle House is I'm hungover.
It's cheap diner
give me
food that's open 24 hours.
Yeah, it's cover whatever I have in butter. That's what Waffle House is.
They got good coffee.
I'm gonna go with Cracker Barrel then.
All right, so Jake, you're the tiebreaker.
Waffle House.
Do you want it smothered and covered?
In their sausage gravy? Sure.
All right, so next up, we have Buffalo Wild Wings versus Waffle House. I go Buffalo Wild Wings here. Chicken wings are just better than breakfast food.
You can have chicken wings for breakfast.
You can.
Not at Waffle House.
Ooh.
Have you asked them?
It's the secret menu right next to the taquitos.
Would it shock you, though, with some of the stuff that goes on at Waffle House? I mean, you've seen those, like, fist fight videos that come out from there.
Actually.
It's like 2 in the morning, and...
I've not.
That would probably hit the, they were using rat pellets as their chicken wings, just like the Chinese restaurant.
We're going to piss off some people.
Yeah, all of the listener.
Buffalo Wild Wings for sure.
Noah, your vote doesn't matter. What are you picking?
Wait, I said you can eat buffalo wings for breakfast. That was my vote. Duh.
Oh, very, very unclear there. All right, so moving to the bottom left corner. We got PF Chang's versus TGI Fridays. So my only experience with PF Chang's is I went to order from them one night on Postmates, and they told me my meal was $75. So I said, screw it, I'll actually get it takeout. And I was able to get the meal down to $15 because there was an online coupon and like a discount for ordering takeout through them for 20% off. I have no idea how that price went. But then when I got there, they took like an hour after they told me it'd be ready to have the food. So what I'm really saying is I'm voting for TGI Fridays, but my one experience with PF Chang's was as bad of a restaurant experience you could have, besides finding rat pellets in your food.
All right, so my take on it is I do enjoy PF Chang's. It's expensive. The food ain't bad, but the endless appetizers at TGI Fridays. $10 endless apps where you just go and eat yourself sick. We've done that a couple times. By the way,
if you want the better pot stickers, you go to TGI Fridays, actually, because they aren't that bad.
I mean, the mozzarella sticks weren't bad either.
But I just mean, like, PF Chang's also served those, Jake. Come on. Noah, what are you thinking?
So my only experience with PF Chang's is I watched an episode of South Park one time.
Good reference point.
It kind of told me how it goes. But yeah, for TGI Fridays, just the endless apps, good memories there. That's my vote.
We sat there for like 2 hours one time, didn't we?
Yeah, we've been there. We went there a couple times, I thought.
Yeah, and they kept screwing with us, right? And they would put them on and take them off, and then we'd just be disappointed and leave when they weren't there.
It was... I feel like I very much remember a night where we were all there for like what felt like 2.5, 3 hours, and then we just went and like food coma afterwards.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like a Tuesday or Thursday night, and we had a friend from night class meet us there when they got out of night class because we had been there for so long.
That sounds about right.
For everyone listening, night class went 6 to 9.
They may have gotten out early. We're not sure.
Or maybe 7:30. You know, some professors aren't huge about it either.
Well, plus there's the drive time to get to the Friday, so it was minimum 2 hours that we were there when they showed up. Anyways, now we got Carabaos versus Chili's. I can't remember the last time I ate a Chili's, but I know I have.
If I've ever eaten at a Carabaos, so
yeah, I've never been to Carabaos.
Oh, Carabaos is where the best Otterbein students went once they graduated. Because their family had a lot of gift cards. So only the most elite. Or me
I went to
Lexi.
Lost Margs.
Yeah, me too. I went to Lost Margs.
Oh, nice. It was funny. I was sitting there, and then Lexi Lay and Ian Lay walked in, and I'm like, oh, hey. I'm never going to see you guys again.
Oh.
No, you can probably go see Ian still. I think he's living in downtown Westerville still.
Oh. Anyways, Carabaos had my vote. I'm sorry. We got way sidetracked on useless
That's Italian, right?
Yes.
No, it's Italian.
So
No, it's Italian.
The pasta.
Buongiorno, you know?
So Chili's is it's really consistent for me. You know, it has a solid floor to what I can expect when I go there. And they do have a good variety of stuff. So
Okay.
my vote's Chili's.
Jake, take it away.
Chili's. Just Chili's.
Just Chili's, not the restaurant. Just regular green and red and yellow and jalapeno peppers and whatnot.
Does
That's what you're voting for?
Chili's have
That might be
chili?
better than the restaurant itself.
Probably.
It's fresher.
All right, so now we got TGI Fridays versus Chili's. I feel like this is a fair fight. Kind of makes sense. TGI Fridays wins. Endless apps
Fridays.
beats mostly anything.
Do they still
Well,
have that deal?
it
I
seems
think they do now,
to
currently.
not matter what I think.
Okay, we're good.
You tell him, Stella.
Oh, doors are closed and she's stuck in here. Noah, you keep talking.
Okay. Well, Jake voted for TGI Fridays, and so did Phil. I think I vaguely remember going there, but it was fun. We all went there in college, had a good time, ate a lot of food for pretty cheap. So yeah, we'll go there. My main experience with Chili's now is when I can't find any other restaurant, it's kind of like a solid plan B. So I don't think that's going to beat out TGI Fridays.
All right, so
I mean,
now we got
what was
Buffalo
it, $10
Wild
for all
Wings.
you can eat?
It's 12, I think, now. They upped it.
Well,
I know, right?
we ate them out of the building there, I think. I mean,
We got Buffalo Wild Wings versus TGI Fridays now. I'm going with Fridays. I honestly think their boneless wings are actually better than Buffalo Wild Wings. And then I can get mozzarella sticks or pot stickers mixed in for exactly the same price.
I'm going to go with Buffalo Wild Wings just because the availability to where I currently live. Buffalo Wild Wings is a lot easier to get to. There's only one Fridays, and it's out at Polaris, which is the one we went to in college, and that's not close.
The old convenience factor. Noah, how about you?
Yeah, so if I weight convenience very heavily like that as well, it would be Buffalo Wild Wings, but I'm going to go with TGI Fridays still.
All right. So we got TGI Fridays moving on to the finals. All right, moving across the bracket. We have Bob Evans versus BJ's. So I am not a fan of Bob Evans. So I'm going to go with BJ's because they have Pazookies. And also their menu is so large that it has something for no matter what mood you're in. It's ridiculous how many options they have available.
I have mixed feelings about this. Enjoy BJ's because, I mean, it is a brew house. They have their own in-house beers, which are actually pretty good.
They have a red ale that's good.
Their food's pretty standard. I don't think it's anything special. It's a little pricey. Bob Evans knows what it is. It's not trying to be fancy. You can even buy their products in stores, and I really enjoy my Bob Evans mashed potatoes.
Those are good.
It's a tough one. I'm going to say Bob Evans, though, from a convenience factor again.
I'm going to go with BJ's because I like alcohol.
Oh, all right. I thought you were going to say I like BJ's. All right. Moving on. Texas Roadhouse versus Longhorn Steakhouse. I got Longhorn here. Nope, never mind. Switch it last moment. Texas Roadhouse. You get bread and you get peanuts before your steak comes. So you get to fill up on as much as possible, eat your steak, and then take the sides home as like a late night snack or something.
I don't care personally because I've been to neither and don't ever plan on going in the first place. So it's up to you two.
Hold up. Why don't you go to steakhouses?
Because I have phenomenal local bars near me that do not warrant me going to a steakhouse because I typically don't get steaks from a restaurant.
What about Ponderosa, the greatest steakhouse?
I have never been to that either.
I can see why you were much healthier than Noah and I.
You say that, but I just admitted earlier that I eat like a trash monster, and every time I'm on film
I said
here,
we're in
I'm
college.
drinking.
At least it was true. Noah, what are you picking?
So I'm gonna go with Texas Roadhouse as well, and so they have cinnamon butter that you can put on the bread too.
That was the other thing. I forgot what it was, but it was flavored butter.
It's kind of really good. It's very good.
It is absolutely phenomenal.
And it's always Balkan season, so.
All right, so now we got BJ's versus Texas Roadhouse. So I forgot to mention before, BJ's is where we take all interviewees when they come to visit at my company. Well, not my company, at the company I work for.
Philcorp?
Not Philcorp, not yet.
Blowjobs.
Interviewees don't get taken out to lunch.
You never
Can't afford
took
it.
me to dinner, Phil. I'm waiting.
Hey, you're a co-owner. I'm, the annual business meeting is officially, I think, March 14th, because that's what I picked.
Phil is taking us to
I got Texas
blowjobs.
Roadhouse. Just threw that extra little tidbit in about BJ's to kind of work some, what's it called? Where you try to convince someone of something else.
You schmooze them.
I schmoozled you guys. All right.
Isn't that called like honeypotting?
That's if I used my sexuality to do so.
So again, I'm going with Texas Roadhouse because of cinnamon butter, and again, it like kind of similar. It's a good like default place to go. Like if I'm traveling, and I don't want to experiment with a local restaurant that the locals say is great. I can just go to Texas Roadhouse instead, because I don't trust people.
Jake,
Good call.
your vote doesn't matter anymore.
Okay,
Who
I was
would
going to
you
say
have picked?
BJ's for what it's worth.
Well,
But just to
not
speak
worth
to
anything.
that a little bit more, so like we'll do some research and look up restaurants like when we're traveling, and it's like the local restaurants are rated like their rating is a little inflated.
okay, that makes sense. I could see that. Where
Yeah,
it's like,
and
my
then
little Timmy is the bus boy here. We gotta give it 5 stars, madam.
and then you go and you're like,
That sounded racist, Phil.
No, it's very southern.
all
All
right, so
my
we're
sou-
just gonna
my southern
move
lady.
on.
My southern lady is not very good, I guess. We got Olive Garden versus Red Lobster. I hate both of these. I don't want to give a vote because they are both disgusting to me. So I will try to be the third one to vote.
All right, I'm going Red Lobster because those biscuits.
Me too, but side note, we have Olive Garden, Red Lobster, Cheesecake Factory, then Applebees in this in this quadrant.
I don't understand your question.
Phil, you really don't like Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, guess what other one I don't like? If you listen to the beer podcast, you would know I also hate Applebee's. This is Phil's dumpster fire. Like, if Phil had to eat here, he would probably starve instead. Also, you guys are picking the bread at Red Lobster over the bread at Olive Garden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheese.
Okay, that's fair, I guess. I'm not going to say it's right, but whatever. So now we got Cheesecake Factory versus Applebee's. As I said, this is a dumpster fire to me. I'm going to abstain from voting unless forced to do so.
So I worked at an Applebee's for
I'm sorry.
a little while, and their dishwasher didn't wash dishes. Just kind of like threw dirty water on them for a while. And then we dried the dishes off, and probably thousands of people have eaten there.
Just quick question. Did you throw the same dirty water on the dishes, or did you at least recycle and get new dirty water?
No, like the new dirt just added to the dirty water some more. So then the dirty water just gets dirtier the more dishes you do.
You were really approaching like a sludge kind of level of just nastiness in there, weren't you?
I mean, so the water was white, which is maybe more concerning. But I mean, there was just like a
It's
bunch
mostly
of.
mayonnaise in there right now.
It was just like straws, some plastic, like food in there, and then water, and then white stuff. So.
All right, so you know when you like do the dishes, and you didn't get all the food off of something, and it gets really on there, like on a plate or something.
Yeah.
Did you guys scrub it off, or did you just put that plate aside and like, oh, we'll rewash it?
No, they threw it out. It's ruined.
Oh yeah, another thing about Applebee's, they had like 3 spoons, and there was like
And the whole restaurant? Just
yeah,
3?
yeah, just 3, and I was getting mad at one of the managers about it, and he's like, "Well, you just should have been more prepared." I was like, "Can you please just go to the store and buy some spoons?" But no, like oddly enough, the 3 spoons thing was the last straw. Oh man, I feel like there's a pun in
The
here
last
somewhere.
straw, that was the last one in the washing machine, actually.
Yeah. But I mean, it was disgusting, and I was like, "Hey, I can't work here anymore. I'm just gonna do this one last table and then get out of here." Except it was more like, "You guys fucking suck. I'm leaving." But we'll pretend
When did you work there?
it was when I first moved down here and I didn't have a job yet, so I was doing like I would rather be unemployed than be there. Clearly, because I left.
I want to let everyone know we didn't raise the red flag at Noah for that because he used the fudge word appropriately. If you're talking to Applebee's, you can use that kind of language.
Wait, did I swear?
Yeah. Jake. All right, we got Cheesecake Factory and Applebee's.
I'm doing Applebee's for those $1 shit drinks they serve once a month.
That is, in fact, what they are. See, you can't yell at people when they swear at Applebee's. But you guys know that's like 90... Like, all they do is they take, like, some, like, sweet and sour mix, put a splash of tequila in a giant bucket, and then put tap water until it fills the whole thing up.
Yeah, it's called Jungle Juice. We drank it through college in the fraternity.
With a shot of vodka, not a bottle. Like, there's, like, no alcohol in that at all.
You're still not, like, convincing me otherwise. It's $1.
You have a point. It is $1. But since Applebee's is moving on, I'll take a little quick second to let everyone know how much I hate Cheesecake Factory.
Wait, Applebee's is moving on?
Yeah, you and Jake both voted for it.
Wait.
He doesn't even know we did.
No, I didn't vote for Applebee's.
Oh, you voted for Cheesecake Factory?
Yeah.
Well, I'm voting for Applebee's then.
Okay, I was just ragging on Applebee's to say it was horrible.
Well, I can talk to how bad Cheesecake Factory is and how disgusting all their overpriced food is, because their menu is similar to BJ's, where it's this, 10-page booklet of all this variety food that all taste like fish because they put it into the same microwave as the fish that they cook, and it is just disgusting. It's like eating. It's like when your coworker puts like 3-day-old fish into the microwave, and it just ruins the floor of your whole work office, and you just hate that guy. That's what I think of
BJ's is better because their
Factory.
beer is good. BJ's has better beer.
And their food doesn't all taste the same too. So
Are you saying
That's why they're better.
BJ's?
huh?
No, he was comparing BJ's and Cheesecake Factory. I said BJ's is better because of their beer.
Oh. Well,
I also think they don't ruin their food, so they're better for a multitude of reasons.
Okay.
Anyways, we have Red Lobster versus Applebee's. So Noah, what are you thinking here?
I'm thinking Red Lobster because Ooh, wait, are there different color lobsters? I guess there's like purple ones,
There's blue lobsters too.
Phil, remember on your birthday when we went to that place where
yeah.
you could do like it was a claw game where if you grabbed a lobster, they would cook it for you. But the thing is, the tank wasn't maintained very well, so a lot of the lobsters in there were just dead. Anyways.
I think that night, it might have been another night, my cousin picked up 2 lobsters with the claw, but they wouldn't give them to him because they were both dead laying on top of each other.
Yep. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Red Lobster.
Jake, how about you? What are you going with?
I'm gonna say Red Lobster. I am.
Cheddar Bay
because
biscuits
I'll
all the
eat their-
way.
Well, I also eat their mediocre seafood.
Okay. I would have picked Red Lobster also. I don't know why. We're going Texas Roadhouse versus Red Lobster now. Texas Roadhouse, easy pick for me. They have better bread. They have better peanuts. Their food is better. So Texas Roadhouse all the way.
Red Lobster. It's never been to Texas Roadhouse, so Red Lobster.
So
Also, I really like seafood
so why are you going to Red Lobster?
because here in landlocked Ohio, unless you go up to Lake Erie, you don't get seafood, so you have to deal with what is sent near you in a chain restaurant, unless you're dropping $50 at the fish market.
Jake, you should totally visit Cincinnati. There is like 5 sushi restaurants all near UC, and there's one called Drunken Bento, and they have like half off sushi like half the time that they're open. The only time they don't is like 5 to 7 for dinner time. But
Well,
it's
how
actually
convenient.
good sushi.
I have you who lives in Cincinnati, and I have 2 siblings that live there. So,
yeah.
And a friend that used to be the manager at, was it Sushi, Mr. Sushi or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So, Noah, you're the tiebreaker.
So I'm going with Texas Roadhouse. Honestly, the bread alone. If it was a bread restaurant with cinnamon butter, it would still beat Red Lobster.
So you're still taking the Texas Roadhouse buns even over the Red Lobster buns.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
it came down between what Noah values more, cheese or cinnamon.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much what it sounded like to me.
No.
All right. So now in the finals, we have TGI Fridays versus Texas Roadhouse. To me, this matchup says, do you want the food you actually are happier to eat in Texas Roadhouse, or do you want as much of the food as you can eat, but you're not happy about it at TGI Fridays? And at this
Speak for
moment,
yourself. I'm happy about it.
and at this moment, I think I'm going with the all I can eat, because if I'm going out to eat, Texas Roadhouse is going to make me pay more, and it's going to make me want to be at a fancier restaurant or something like that, like a more local, better restaurant. But if I go to Fridays, and I know I'm going there for the all you can eat apps, it's like $12. I know what I'm getting into, and I won't, like, TGI Fridays does that better than anybody else. So I would think that's better than Texas Roadhouse not being the best at what they do.
Has anyone ever had any of TGI Fridays food that isn't appetizers?
I had they used to have a deal where it was like you get in.
Was it the steak deal? Was it the
No, God, no. I would never order a steak from Fridays. That you don't want microwaved steak. It's disgusting. But I would get mozzarella sticks and chicken fingers for like $10, and that was a really good deal.
What's
That's
the
not bad.
context for this? Because I feel like one is like as like they're head to head right now, but they're still very different,
Yes.
you know. And right now we're just like, okay, what's the best chain restaurant? And like, I don't know. I've only been to one TGI Fridays, but I've been to multiple Texas Roadhouses, and it's very consistent. It's, you know, it's the service is always good. Like, I think it has a good structural integrity around it.
So Noah, you will be our manager whenever we open a restaurant.
We're not doing that.
Thinking-
We are
thinking
not
through these
opening.
details.
We're not opening.
I want to
a
open a
restaurant.
bar.
Heck
We're,
no.
I want to open a bar.
Jake will be our cook, and we'll hire someone to do all the.
Do you want to do like
stuff.
a brewery or?
I would do.
I want a dive bar with a good beer and liquor selection. I mean,
I would do a brewery and beer, food stuff,
So
bar food. Oh, but anyways, going to what Noah said, the context for me that made me decide is I'm going out to dinner, and
as one does.
would I pick Texas Roadhouse or would I pick TGI Fridays? And under the context is I would say, if I'm going out just looking for a bunch of food to eat like Sarah's out of town, so I'm like, I'm gonna go to Fridays. I'm gonna get as much food as I can. I'll get a lot of different flavors of things.
You're
and
gonna
I'll
go
be
eat endless apps by yourself.
Yeah, for like 5 hours, for like
Yeah.
8 hours. That covers my
Why
whole
not?
Saturday. Now, if Sarah and I are going out to dinner, I would prefer to go to Texas Roadhouse. But if Sarah and I are going out to dinner, I'm not picking Texas Roadhouse to go to. I'm gonna pick another like local steakhouse or something else like that. So to me, I wouldn't pick to go to Texas Roadhouse ever because I don't think they do something so well that it would make me want to go there. But Fridays does endless apps
So you
better
keep,
than anything else I can get a buffet for.
you keep comparing Texas Roadhouse to like not like local restaurants.
Ah, that's true.
It's like,
I
well,
guess
yeah, I wouldn't go to either of these places because I have this local restaurant here that I'd go to.
Well, I would go to TGI Fridays. So most local restaurants don't have the all-you-can-eat deal because they just lose money on it. Fridays does, and that would actually make me want to go there over some local restaurants, which is why I ended up picking it here.
Fair.
All right, Jake.
Jake, we'll see if Noah's life's going to be hard or not.
TJ Fridays. TGIF Fridays. Man, that one was hard.
Are you sure though? Because
The 3 letters usually get me.
Because that has more on the menu that I can, if I'm not with like the guys, that I can take my girlfriend to, because she won't touch a steak. So if there's chicken fingers, yeah.
So no, I guess me and Jake are both picking for the diversity of what Fridays has to offer.
okay, but why doesn't your girlfriend want to touch a steak? How does she make you a steak then?
Because she eats like a second grader. So chicken fingers, grilled cheese, mashed potatoes, and pizza.
You mean like an Evan?
I wasn't gonna name drop anyone, but you said it.
So you're saying Evan
Not that
eats
that's a
like
bad
a
thing.
second grader? Rude.
Yep. For the record,
I
Evan
didn't
is
say that. You said that.
almost an astrophysicist right now, by the way. If you want to
He's
name
also been
drop,
on one of the. He's been on the podcast. Remember, Pokemon.
yeah, he was
Cast.
on the very first episode. Noah, I'm very borderline on this. If you could swing me to Texas Roadhouse, I might jump off the Fridays wagon.
So,
Hey Phil.
Phil, you really like steak.
I love steak. Probably the number one food, or bacon and steak are number 1, 2. 1A.
So, you're driving around and you're in a town. You have a TGI Fridays to go to, and you have a Texas Roadhouse. They're both like, come in here, Phil. We'll give you free food.
Ooh. All right. So now you're putting me at the. I am visiting a city,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not trying to eat as much as I can because I don't have my whole Saturday to blow because I have something to do because I'm in this new city. I would pick Texas Roadhouse in that situation because if I'm not milking the all you can eat at Fridays, I'm not going there then. Damn it.
So, Jake, you wanted to start recording the call right now?
I hit a button. Didn't realize that was a function on Skype. Did you guys?
Nope.
Yeah.
Well.
So that just switched around where we all were on the screen.
Not on my end. It didn't.
Well, that's great. Glad you got that 5-second clip.
So
All right, so Phil,
Wait.
What's
Here's
your
an idea.
vote?
Let's hear what the audience has to say. Put up a poll on our Twitter account and put TGI Fridays or Texas Roadhouse and
let's hear what the audience has to say. Should I bring Sarah in?
That's one of the 5 members of the audience.
I just don't know, man. I don't think I can make a decision right now.
Put it up on Twitter. Give it 3 hours and see what happens.
we'll have
Could be
We
one
won't have
person
a
voting.
vote.
we'll have a part 2 to this one. We kind of have to wrap things up. We need more information before we can make an educated decision
yes.
about this. It's very
If you
important.
want to hear the official ending, we will announce it at the start of the next episode. All right, so thanks so
Will
much.
we?
What were you saying, Jake?
I said, will we?
I will. If we get any Twitter results. I'm sure worst case I'll just ask Sarah where she would go, and then we'll pick Texas Roadhouse and move on with our lives. But yeah, thank you guys. Did we miss anything?
Yeah, remember to wash your hands, please.
Noah?
Yeah, wash your hands. Duh.
All right, I think we're just going to really emphasize wash your hands. If you're out in public, stay away from people. Nothing's worse than when I'm walking Stella and someone comes running up to me like, hey, I want to talk to you. I'm like, go away. My dog's adorable, I know. Anyways, thanks for listening.
It must suck to be approachable.
For the fourth time, thanks for listening. Please comment with your favorite chain food restaurant. If you have not already done so, hit the like and subscribe buttons, and check out our Patreon website. Donate if you can. Like I said, all contributions go towards updating Jake's technology so that we can provide better content for you.
Cheers, y'all.